Jack Kingston, Congressman, coming up. I want us both to watch this.
In early March, Kathleen Sebelius, my Secretary of Health and Human Services, told me she'd be moving on once the first open enrollment period under the Affordable Care Act came to an end. And after 5 years of extraordinary service to our country and 7.5 million Americans who've signed up for health coverage through the exchanges, she's earned that right.
All right, folks, and there you have it from the White House Rose Garden. Kathleen Sebelius leaving. That announcement was made last night, but made official this morning by the president. And joining us now to talk about that and another aspect of the Obamacare fiasco that we don't concentrate on all that often, but we certainly should. Congressman Jack Kingston, Republican from Georgia, also a candidate for the United States Senate from that great state, joins us, senior member of the House Appropriations Committee. Hello, Congressman.
It's great to be with you, Steve. Thanks for having me.
And
I could not believe that yet there was another Sebelius era with her farewell speech, losing a page of it. Only this administration could pull that off.
I know. It was bizarre, and it is bizarre. Maybe it's very, very fitting that that in the end there was that mix-up in her farewell. but let's talk about something that you have are demanding greater transparency of, and you're focusing on, and I think it's a very good thing that you're doing this, obviously, and that is how much money this administration has spent. And, you know, a lot of it on already well-to-do athletes and movie stars to promote this fiasco of Obamacare.
It is unbelievable. First of all, as you point out, the transparency, we don't actually know because they are masters about moving money from one account to the other. This is what we do know, that in 2013, the advertising amount was $684 million, and then for celebrity endorsements, $52 million. So when you see these cool, hip athletes who love Obama so much, remember, they're doing it for the bucks. They're not doing it because of the cause. And, of course, they themselves aren't even on Obamacare. But it's unbelievable. Again, $684 million to bring you to the ads that we've all seen, Bro Insurance and Pajama Boy. I don't, you know, Bro Insurance was the guy saying keg stands are dangerous, but having no insurance is even crazier. And then the Pajama Boy is some, you know, presumed man boy living in his parents' basement sipping hot chocolate. I still don't understand why that was supposed to inspire the youth of America. But that's the kind of money that we know they're spending on advertising. This year, we believe it's $744 million, which my committee is fighting against and pushing back on.
All right. Well, yeah. Now, where does that money? I mean, I know where the money comes from, but was this money even budgeted in to the Affordable Care Act, or budgeted into anything?
Well, they did have some of it budgeted in under the name of administering and implementing. And that's how, you know, under those broad categories, they can use all kinds of different things. Another thing that we found out, Steve, that the administrative cost last year was $5 billion. This year they want to increase that to $23 billion.
That is insane. That is just incomprehensible.
And that's to get 7 million people signed up, 7 million people, 20% who did not put down a down payment, who will not be making a premium payment, and therefore they will be counseled. That's, you know, 1.4 million. And then 80% of the 7 million are subsidized.
Right.
So this is what they call a victory lap, and this is why Sebelius can, you know, wash your hands and say, okay, I've done a great job. I got 7 million people enrolled. Exit stage left.
And Congressman, how many millions lost their health insurance because of Obamacare at the end of last year? So the net plus, even if you take that 7 million figure, which is bogus, as you point out, what we did all this for 1 million people? I mean, it's insane.
It is, and I would think even the liberal mainstream media would have an idea what a joke this is, but, you know, they're letting her get away with it. And, you know, the thing about Sebelius leaving that, you know, we on the conservative side are going to say, well, good riddance, but the reality is what this administration is going to do. They got Sylvia Burwell, who is just, you know, standard issue Obama administration liberal who's been over at the Office of Management and Budget. And she is a big spender. I mean, if you don't like his economic policies, this is a woman who's been behind so much of it. But she's going to go in there and blame the rollout problems on Sebelius. And so she's going to signal to the left, hey, that'll never happen again. We got the A-team in now. And then to the right, she's going to probably be even more of a threat because she's less known, and people do not know the name Burwell the way they did Sebelius.
Right. Well, they're going to learn very, very quickly, and I hope the Senate, scrutinized her, of course, Democratic Senate. They're going to pass her. They only need 51 votes now, I do believe. But, it's funny. You alluded to at the beginning the fact that in the middle of her speech, Kathleen Sebelius announced, oh, sorry, one of my pages is missing. I mean, even that is so amateurish. Even a woman who was governor, a woman who's been in this position for so many years, you think she could fake it. You think she could get by without telling the world that a page is missing, for crying out loud.
You don't know why she wouldn't just go on with her speech and realize that, look, that's going to be the footnote that epitomizes your whole career. And I point out to you, President Clinton one time during the State of the Union, his folks mixed up the teleprompter and had the wrong speech fed in, and he had to wing it for about 20 minutes on the world stage, given the State of the Union, but he pulled it off to the extent that most people don't even know it happened. And here, she had a five-page speech. And besides that, what is there for a speech? All you got to do is say, I've tried hard, it's been a pleasure, and name some names and get out of there. I don't know why you need anything more than an index card.
Congressman, this Lois Lerner fiasco, she in the past couple of days, you had one committee of the House recommending a criminal prosecution to the Attorney General's office, and yesterday you had Ways and Means recommend that they vote to hold her in contempt. That's going to go, I presume, before the full House. Are we ever going to get anything out of Lois Lerner?
It's so difficult because if you think about Eric Holder was supposed to be in charge of the Fast and Furious investigation, supposed to be in charge of Benghazi, supposed to be in charge of the IRS situation, and hasn't done anything on all three accounts. I don't believe that this Department of Justice is going to do anything with Lois Lerner. But, Trey Gowdy, the congressman from South Carolina, said something to this effect, that Lois Lerner will not testify or cooperate with Congress, and Congress can't send her to jail. She will cooperate with the Department of Justice, and they're unwilling to send her to jail.
Yeah.
So the woman's kind of, from her standpoint, they're just going to drag this thing out as long as
Whatever
they can.
happened to special prosecutors looking into where there might be a conflict of interest or an attorney general that's not willing to do anything? My goodness.
You know what? I'm in favor of a special prosecutor for Lois Lerner for the IRS scandal for Benghazi as well, simply because we're not getting anywhere. And what the Speaker's concern is the committees have done all this work and laid a lot of groundwork. Once you have a special prosecutor and it becomes a legal case where everybody's lawyers up, then it's going to drag on even longer. But I think we're in the darned if you do and darned if you don't. We need to have a special prosecutor.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Now, talk a little bit about your run for the Senate from Georgia, sir. How's it going?
Well, it's an open seat, so we got a 7-way race here. However, we have raised the most money. We've raised the most money in state as well, and we have a large number of contributors with a wide geographic distribution. And the reason why that's important is when you're getting a lot of $25 and $50, $100 checks, it means you've got some deep support within the state. We feel good about the position that we're in. We're doing a lot of advertising, a lot of social media. We have 145,000 likes on Facebook. So we feel good about things. Early voting begins April 28th, and the primary itself is May 20th. So you can imagine how intense things have become.
Well, give us the website where people could help you out if they so desire.
JackKingston.org, and we would love to hear from people from all over the country.
That was easy. Hey, Congressman, thank you, and thank you for your patience earlier. Really appreciate it, sir.
All right, Steve, I look forward to doing it again.
Thank you, Congressman Jack Kingston, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, the panel right here on the Steve Malzberg Show on Newsmax Television.
The Steve Malzberg Show.